Hello and welcome to HFT Edu Hub. I'm glad to have you here. In this video, we'll be discussing oxidation number, its definitions, rules guiding it, and solve some WAEC and JAM practice questions. Now let's get started. What is oxidation number? The oxidation number of an element is electrical charge the element has in that compound or ion. Basic rules of oxidation number. The first rule says that the oxidation number of an element in its free state or uncombined form is zero. Simply put that the oxidation number of an element when it's existing alone is zero. Example, sodium is zero. The oxidation number of calcium when it's existing alone in its free state is zero, and so on. The second rule says the oxidation number of simple ion is the charge of the ion. Examples, potassium ion. The oxidation number of potassium ion is +1. Oxygen ion. The oxidation number of oxygen ion is -2. Aluminium ion. The oxidation number of aluminium ion is +3. The third rule says the sum of the oxidation numbers of all the elements in a compound is zero. Examples, in calcium carbonate, the oxidation number of calcium plus the oxidation number of carbon plus the oxidation number of oxygen will give us zero. Also, in hydrogen tetraoxide 6, the oxidation number of hydrogen plus the oxidation number of sulfur plus the oxidation number of oxygen will give us zero. Now let's go through some worked examples. First question says, calculate the oxidation number of copper in copper 1 oxide. Solution step 1. We should recall the third rule that says the sum of the oxidation numbers of all the elements in a neutral compound is zero. That is, the oxidation number of copper plus the oxidation number of oxygen is zero. Step 2. It should be noted that the oxidation number of oxygen is usually -2. Now, substituting this -2 for oxygen, we have 2Cu plus into brackets -2 is equal to 0. The 2Cu means we have two atoms of copper reacting. So therefore, collect like terms, which is 2Cu is equal to 0 plus 2. 2Cu is equal to +2. Divide both sides by 2. Then we have Cu is equal to +1. Therefore, the oxidation number of copper in copper 1 oxide is +1. That's why it's copper 1 oxide. Example 2. What is the oxidation number of phosphorus in phosphine? That's pH 3. The first step is we should recall the third rule that says the sum of the oxidation numbers of all elements in a compound is zero. That is, the oxidation number of phosphorus plus the oxidation number of hydrogen is zero. Step 2. Which it should be noted that the oxidation number of hydrogen is usually +1. Now we have phosphorus plus 3H. 3H means in phosphine, which is pH 3, 3 atom of hydrogen is reacting here. So we have P plus 3H is equal to 0. Now substituting +1 for hydrogen, we have P plus 3 into brackets +1. That's P plus 3 is equal to 0. Like times P is equal to 0 minus 3. Therefore, P is equal to -3. Therefore, the oxidation state of phosphorus in phosphine is -3. It should be noted that we should include all charges when calculating oxidation numbers because omitting any of the charge can lead to incorrect answer. Now let's go through few WAEC and JAMB questions on oxidation number. WAEC 2024 objective question 5 says the oxidation number of chromium in Na2Cl2O7 is A plus 2, B plus 6, C plus 7, D plus 12. The first step, we should recall that the sum of the oxidation numbers of all the elements in a compound is 0. So that is,
The oxidation number of sodium plus the oxidation number of chromium plus the oxidation number of oxygen is 0. We have Na2Cr2O7. Na2 means 2 atom of sodium is reacting, Cr2, 2 atom of chromium is reacting, and O7, 7 atom of oxygen is reacting. It should be noted that the oxidation number of sodium is usually +1, and the oxidation number of oxygen, as mentioned earlier, is usually -2. Now, step 2, let's substitute this value. Sodium +1, that's 2 into brackets +1, that is 2 atom of sodium into brackets +1 plus 2 chromium plus 7 into brackets -2. Please, let's take note of all the charges. We have +2 plus 2Cr -14, right? Then collect like terms.
Then collect like terms, which is 2Cr is equal to +14 minus 2. 2Cr is equal to +12. Divide both sides by 2. That's Cr is equal to +12 divided by 2. That's Cr is equal to +6. Please, let's take note of all the charges. Very important. The correct answer for the question is option B, which is +6. Another question from WAEC 2024 objective question 48. The oxidation state of iron in its free state is what? Don't forget our first rule that says that the oxidation number of an element in its free state or uncombined form is 0. So our answer is option A, 0. JAM 2023 question 4 says, what is the sum of the oxidation numbers in a neutral compound? Let's recall our third rule that says the sum of the oxidation numbers of all the elements in a compound, in a neutral compound, is 0. So the correct answer here is option C, 0. JAM 2025 question 19 says, the compound in which the oxidation state of nitrogen is +3 is A, N2O5, B, N2O3, C, N2O4, D, N2O5. Give your answer below in the comment section. For more WAEC, NECO, and JAM practice questions, kindly follow us on Instagram at HFTEduUp, where I will be posting additional questions for you to solve and test your understanding.